And coming up to our last question here, BJ. So BJ asks, is 12 to 14 hours enough of a fast time, so a fasting time, when you're working out first thing in the morning? So I got some more clarification after I put all the different images together in the software. And basically, BJ does not eat before his workout. I was thinking maybe he ate before he worked out, and that's what he was asking. But he eats afterwards, and that's fine. So in terms of a long enough fast time when you're working out first thing in the morning, yeah, I mean, that's great. If you're fasting 12 to 14 hours and you're working out, you're hitting your fat stores as fuel. It takes anywhere from 3 to 5 hours for your body to digest a meal. So obviously, that's more than enough time in fasting to switch from using the carbohydrates or whatever you ate, the protein or the fat that you had eaten, as your fuel source. So all of that has been taken care of by your body. Now, after 12 or 14 hours of not eating and then hitting the gym or doing whatever it is that you do when you work out, you're tapping into your fat stores. And that's crucial. That's why a lot of people hear about things like fasted cardio. That's why it's not a bad idea. It's actually a good idea. You're going to be burning your fat. Your fat is going to become your primary fuel source then, because our bodies go through two different energy pathways. When we eat, especially when we eat a high carbohydrate meal or a high protein meal, because they both elicit a decent insulin response, particularly carbohydrate, but protein does as well, we are going into a state of glucosis, where our bodies are using the glucose produced from the conversion of carbohydrate and protein and using that to fuel our bodies during that time period. And protein is digested a little more slowly, and it doesn't have quite the same energy uptake as carbohydrate does, but it still elicits quite an insulin response. Now, when you're tapping into your fat stores, which happens when you both fast, like BJ is suggesting here, as well as when you're on as well as when you're on a lipolytic diet, the high fat, moderate protein, low carb diet that I've talked about in past weeks, then you're enabling your body to utilize your fat stores as your primary fuel source, which is what our bodies should be doing. Because especially if you have excess fat, all fat is a surplus of energy. It's stored energy, so that if we ever came upon a time where there was famine or drought and we couldn't eat as regularly as we're used to, we have the capability to survive for extended periods. There are people who have fasted. There was even a documentary on Netflix not too long ago of a guy who fasted, I think it was for 90 days. And he literally did not eat anything during that 90-day period. All he had was water and non-caloric stuff, which is incredible. And obviously he had a lot of fat, he had a lot of weight to lose, but fasting is very, very helpful to this, as is tapping into your fat stores. Fat, both when you eat it as well as when you're tapping into your fat stores, it's a slower and more steady stream of energy. So instead of having the spike and drop like you do when you eat high carbohydrate diet, and even sometimes when you eat a lot of protein and you feel a little sluggish afterwards a few hours later, this isn't going to happen. So BJ, to answer your question, yeah, it's more than enough time. Like I said, the body takes 3 to 5 hours to digest a meal. So you're going to be tapping into your fat stores, and that way you're getting the best fat burning effects when you work out in the morning. So there were no other questions this week. So guys, every week right here in the Permanent Weight Loss community, we're going to be doing this live video where I'm going to be answering your questions. So the day before as well as the morning of, I'm going to be asking you guys if you have any questions about fitness, health, mindset, nutrition, and of course, permanent weight loss. So I'm going to be signing off here for this week, guys. Again, my name is Pete Weintraub, Permanent Weight Loss Specialist. I'm the founder of the Permanent Weight Loss community. If you're watching or listening to this at a later time, whether it's on YouTube or on my podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, or Stitcher, please subscribe to the channel if you liked this video. If you want to see more of this, like I said, every Thursday we're going to be doing this Q&A type of thing. I also do other content throughout the week. And like free report is going to be included for you guys as well in the comments below. So I'm Pete Weintraub signing off. Hope you guys found this informative. I'll talk to you guys next week. Have a good one.